Hello and welcome to our card making session this evening. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It is Thursday, the 29th of September. Can't believe we're nearly in October, but there we are indeed. And this is the last of our stamp set of the week. This week, trying to keep it out of the reflections, using the Christmas Scottie stamp set. It's 7 o'clock and it's almost nearly dark. I'm sure yesterday it was 7:30 before it was dark, but it has been dull this afternoon, so that may have something to do with it. So thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that. If you're watching live, do pop on and say hi. Let me know that you're watching and then I can acknowledge you. If you're watching on replay or catch up, whether that's on Facebook or on YouTube, if you have any queries or comments, don't hesitate to pop them on there and I'll get back to you. Okay, so let's get cracking. Hopefully I'll see any comments on my phone. Fingers crossed. Let me show you the stamps and the cards that I've made already. So this is Christmas Scottie. It does have a matching punch that punches out this Scottie dog here, and that's what I've used up till now, but today I'm going to use all three of the little Scottie dogs. This was the card I created on Tuesday, just using this as a background, that pretty little gingham or plaid as a background, and a little Orchid Oasis ribbon to coordinate and finish that off. So that is that one there. I did this one at Coffee and Card, and I just added a little diamante there for a piece on the collar. And then yesterday, if you joined me in the morning on Wednesday, I created this card here by stamping the little plaid stamp in red and in black, both on white card, and then I punched out on one side and then turned it over and punched the other side so that I had them facing each other. And I just picked out a sentiment from by my side that says "Hi sweet friend," and I used the coordinating gingham papers and I just switched over between the black and the red, as you can see. So you can see that on my Facebook Live and also on YouTube. Today I thought I would do a slimline card. I haven't done a slimline card for ages. We have these slimline envelopes in our catalogue, in our annual catalogue, and they're the perfect size for a sort of large slimline card. So this is grey granite, and I've chosen a grey granite card base, and this measures 9.5 centimetres. Let's get that the right way around, as folded, by 21, which is the full width of our A4 cardstock. So I cut this at 19 centimetres, scored at 9.5, and then I've got two layers. As a contrast, I've gone for this one here from the In Colours, and that is called Parakeet Party. I've made that a centimetre smaller, so that's 8.5 by 20, and I've made this one a centimetre smaller than that, so that's 7.5 by 19. So I'm just going to work on this panel here and then layer those up, and then that will be our envelope, and I might stamp on the envelope, I can just see that I've obviously picked up a scored card here. It's got a score line down the middle, but as it's going to be used for layer, I don't think you'll really notice it. So I'm going to tuck those to one side. I've got my panel here that I'm going to work on, and I'm looking for my mat to stamp on, which is here. Okay, because these are photopolymer stamps, you do need to give it a little bit of cushioning. Just see my spelling mistake, or my typing mistake I should say, on my title for this. I've got Sir Stampin Up. Sorry about that. So there are 3 dogs altogether. I've got one facing to the left, I've got one facing to the right, and then I've got this one. So I'm not quite sure which way I need to have these facing for the best effect, really. Probably as I've got them. I know you can't see them in detail there. If I put them on the white you will though, like so. Let's see what happens if I move these round that way and that way. Don't really want him looking at his bottom. There we go. I think I'm going to go with that. They're going to be closer together when I stamp them, but that's where I'm coming from that point of view. So what I'm going to do is stamp the one in the middle and then stamp them either side. I probably need to turn this over, I do. And I'm going to use a different ink. I'm going to use basic grey this time round. Just something slightly different. Mainly because I've got a grey background for my card. So I'm going to ink this up. And you want to make sure it is nicely inked, as it is a large, solid stamp. I'm also checking, I'll take my glasses off, I'm also checking for a hair, which I can see there. Right, let's wipe that off and start that one again. Okay. There we go. So it's always best to take your time over the inking. I'm just looking over that. I can still see a little hair in there. Not quite sure if I got it trapped underneath or not, so bear with me. Okay. Let's give it a go. Right, this is the one in the middle, isn't it? Okay, so I'm not measuring it, I'm just doing it roughly. And then I can put the one on each side of that. Now, I did refill this ink pad, so it's slightly more blotchy, but I quite like the effect because it looks a little bit more like dog fur. Okay, let's do this one again. Got hair on this one as well. Goodness me. Got it. I use my Stampin' Scrub to keep it nice and make sure these are nice and clean, and I think I need to clean my Stampin' Scrub. I think that's got hair on it. The ink pad is clean, that's the daft thing about it. But hey ho. So we're using the Scottie Dogs at our coffee and card this week and on Monday. So let's pop this one here. And then I can either add the collars, I could colour them in. There is a stamp for the collars, but I could also colour them in. And what I did with this one was, when I stamped it, my black ink pad wasn't very dark, and so I used a black blends pen just to colour in to make it really nice and black. So you have that option if you've got a black pen, whether it's a Stampin' White marker or a blends pen, and you could do the same with this. So hi to anybody else who's joined us live since we started. There we go. So those are all three. There we go. Sweet. Okay, now I've got Parakeet Party as my backing. I just thought it was nice and bright, just added a bit of a fun element to that. And there is this little streamer here. So I'm just wondering if I could fit two of those on across the top. Let's see. Let's grab a long block. So that one comes to the left of him. Yes, I think that will just fit. So let's grab Parakeet Party. Which of course is in the bottom of my bag, ready for coffee and card. So I haven't used this stamp yet, so I'm just going to stamp it off first. So let's move our dogs out of the way, stamp it on this scrap piece here, like so. Hi Wendy. I am well. Sorry, I've only just spotted your comment. I don't know why it's not come off my phone. Probably because I'm on the wrong, logged in as the wrong person. Facebook is so pedantic these days. Oh yes, that's cute. So the Scottie Dogs are cute. And yes, marker pens are definitely a saving grace, that's for sure. So let's pop one here. So I'm going to keep this fairly up high, like so, and then turned it round so it's facing a different way. Like so. There we go. Cute. Alright, now we've got woofs. I was quite tempted to do woof 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 across the middle. Ta-da. Because this doesn't have to be a Christmas card in the slightest. Although it has got Merry Christmas, it's got snowflakes, and may your days be furry and bright. But unless I'm missing some significant fact about Scottie Dogs and Christmas, I don't know. Okay, so this one is gonna again try this out. Oh, it works perfectly. And just want to put one by each one, really, I think. Let's do one up here. One down here. And on there. Let me bring that up so you can see it, hopefully. Woof, woof, woof. And then ideally what this needs is a great big happy birthday on the inside. That would be perfect. So let's pop these together. Could do with a bone or something, couldn't it, as an extra item. And I might put the collars on them as well. Let's put this layer on first. So I've got a 1 centimetre difference between these two layers. So that's 1/2 centimetre or 5 millimeters border on each side. Normally I do half that amount, but I knew as quite a big slimline card I could get away with a little bit more. So let's pop the little collar on. This is one of those stamps that I would lose. Let's hope it stays the course for coffee and card. Okay, I think I'm just going to use Parakeet Party as well. So it's got a very slight curve to it. There we go. Obviously these could have different collars. And I've also got the Parakeet Party ribbon. So if I wanted to, I could use the same ribbon. Now this one does have a little bow that comes out the back, and you could put a little bow on the back of here as well, but I think I'm going to leave that and just add a little embellishment on each of those. Right, hi Jeanette. Thank you for joining us. So let's layer this up and then just put some embellishments on, and then I'm going to put a large happy birthday on the inside. So that's going to go on there like that. You could also do it this way with the 3 of them going down. That would be quite fun because you could have 1, 2 and then 3. Let's just pop some glue on the back of this. So we have World Card Making Day on Saturday. That's the 1st of October, and Stampin' Up are hosting a free event online on Saturday afternoon. I will post a link in our group page, our VIP group page, my team group page, and also on Gemini Crafts. Anybody can join. You can register and then you'll get more information. And I believe there is an announcement of something new coming at the event. I want to put, the dogs on the envelope as well. I'm hoping they'll stand out. They should do. So let's just see. See what it looks like. There we go. So I'll put all three of them on there. Why not? They look a bit like shadows, don't they, and silhouettes. Put these quite close together. So you've got space for the name and address. And then this one on the right hand side. There we go. Voila. Okay, let's grab some gems to put on those collars. Now I do actually have, so these ones have got grey, but I think it needs a little bit of something a bit lighter. So I've got pearls, but my gut feeling is for, oh, I've got some little, I wonder how they would look. So these are some of the metallic gems. I wonder if it would look like a, what's the word? A tag. Can't think of the word. Ah. It's the one that's got the details of the dog's owners. I can't for the life of me think what it's called now. Okay. So there we have our card. Let me have a look and see. Perfect. And I'm just going to look for a nice big-ish happy birthday for the inside. And I can't see one. No, I'll have to look further rather than keep you waiting. I want quite a bold one, and oh, hold on. Right in front of me, this nice big happy birthday. Thinking of you. Happy birthday. There we go. Want something nice and big that's going to fit on the inside. And I think I'm going to pop it on a layer of white for the inside as well, just to make that stand out. Let's grab another piece. Just cut that down quickly. So 9.5, 8.5, 7.5. By 9.5. 19. Is that the same? It is indeed. I'm going to pop that in there. So I can just pop a happy birthday. Could add a twiddly thing. There we go. Okay, so I'm just using basic grey ink again. Hopefully I've got that fairly straight. There we go. And could put that underneath. I'm not sure it needs it. I just wonder whether I might just put this sitting down Scottie in this corner. Let me pop that back on there, and we're done. So nice and straightforward. So as I was saying before I got sidetracked, World Card Making Day on Saturday, so I will do a link to the Stampin' Up website that's where it's being hosted. There's no charge. You can watch as much or as little. I believe it starts at 2, but I will put a link on and confirm that. And then also it's the first day of the Stampin' Up year. That begins 1st of October. And we also have 2 new markets opening on the 4th of October, which is Tuesday. And we will have options for people in Ireland and in Belgium even, to join us. So Stampin' Up are opening in those 2 marketplaces, which I know takes a long time to come to fruition. There's a lot to be sorted out, and I just think it's great that we are expanding when so many companies sadly are doing exactly the opposite. Okay, so just centralising this. Obviously this has got a bigger border as I've done the smaller piece, but not a layer in between. So okay, that's our inside with our happy birthday on. Hopefully you can see that okay. That's the front with our 3 Scottie Dogs, and there's our fun envelope as well. So I hope you like that. Look out for details of the event on Saturday. As I say, I will post a link. I am hosting a Zoom meeting to watch it as well, so if you want to watch it in company, you're welcome to join our Zoom link. I will add that also onto my page on the Saturday morning, and I believe it starts at 2, although somebody questioned whether it started at 1, so I will double check and let you know. So thank you so much. I hope you like my fun little Scottie Dogs. Thank you Wendy, Jeanette and anybody else watching. If you're watching on replay and have any queries or questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I look forward to helping you and looking after you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.